Good evening. Here is the world news from our studio BGI TV, Baba Bagade Imo TV. I am yours faithfully, Moriwe Regilalawal. First are the major headlines for the world news this hour. Buhari values his cows than 42 Sokoto passengers burned to death by bandits outer. Nigeria needs restructure now before it's too late, Governor Chair Fayemi says. Insecurity. You are out of ideas. Northern youth ask Buhari to resign. Banditry. Zamfara Group writes President Buhari. Insecurity. Military accused of being responsible for insurgency and criminalities. Sokoto attack. I watched as bandits burnt my mother, 4 children to ashes. 30-year-old widow. In reciprocal action, Nigeria reduces Emirate flights to once weekly. Nigerians in diaspora alerts Interpol, EFCC, others offer alleged arms smuggling plans by secessionists. And to foreign, Omicron, Adeboye slams developed nations over discrimination against Africa. And to sports, Marcelo set to leave Real Madrid after 15 years. Now the news in details. Dr. Moses Auta, a former chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Kachia local government area of Kaduna State, has said President Muhammadu Buhari values his cows than the lives of Nigerians. He also blamed the leadership of the All Progressives Congress, APC, for not doing enough to curtail the killings and kidnapping of innocent souls across the country. He said this while speaking with Daily Post in Kaduna on Friday, noting that with the spate and increasing atrocities committed by bandits and other criminal elements, while the ruling government keeps mute, the criminals will soon take over the leadership of the country. Bandits kill, injure several others in southern Kaduna market. Just imagine 42 precious human beings were roasted in Sokoto by bandits. Hours after the incident, the president visited Lagos, where he inaugurated some vessels exclusively built by Nigerian Navy engineers. Ekiti State Governor and Chairman of Nigeria Governors Forum, NGF, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, has said Nigerians need a restructured federation that would allow for a greater degree of decentralization of power in order to have a country that works for its citizens and is beneficial to Africa and the rest of the world. Fayemi made this statement Thursday in Lagos when he presented the NIIA at 60 distinguished lecture titled Fixing Nigeria for a Better World to mark the 60th anniversary of the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs, NIIA, where he affirmed that Nigeria should embrace political restructuring through a national dialogue before it's too late. Also, while paying oaths to 84-85 alumni of the University of Lagos, who paid him a visit at his office in Ado-Ekiti, Fayemi said the country stood a good chance of getting new Nigeria, where truth, honesty, and honor could thrive if the citizens could be more united and patriotic. Speaking at the NIIA lecture, he said, partial, incoherent, piecemeal, and scattered efforts at reform built on a foundation of injustice and inequity may buy time, but they will not provide the durable solutions we need as to be able to say to ourselves and to the world in full confidence that we are back as one united, indivisible, and strong nation. The Northern Youth Council of Nigeria, NYCN, has called on President Muhammadu Buhari to humbly resign, saying he has run out of ideas to subdue the terrorists that have taken over the northern part of the country. According to them, the security challenges has engulfed our country, most especially northern Nigeria, which is now the epicenter of kidnapping for ransom, bloodbath, and lately abattoir, where humans are roasted alive for the crime of daring traveling on roads that were constructed from the taxes they paid to the government. The youth, in a statement issued by its president, Isa Abubakar, wondered it is embarrassing that President Muhammadu Buhari is idly watching the terrorist element reigning supreme in our country, imposing taxes on its supposed citizens, stopping them yet is unperturbed. This is the clear characteristics of a leader that has run out of steam. The Northern Youth Council of Nigeria is a constraint to call on President Muhammadu Buhari to humbly resign, since it is obvious that he has run out of idea on how to subdue the terrorists that have taken over significant part of Sokoto, Katsina, Kebbi, Niger, Zamfara State, and the business Kaduna-Abuja Expressway on one side, and recently the daring move attacks by Boko Haram ISWAP, which has continued unabated. A group concerned Moriki indigenes in Zamfara State, led by its chairman, Alhaji Salisu Muhammad Moriki, has written an open letter to President Muhammadu Buhari over the worsening security situation in Moriki and neighboring towns. According to the letter, the group raised serious concerns that over 100 houses have been invaded by bandits in Moriki town in the Zurmi local government area of the state, saying that the road has become a death zone for commuters. The group lamented that for over a month now, there have been incessant attacks that call for a well-coordinated security network. We want to let you know that in the last 1 month, Moriki town has come under the control and influence of bandits, wreaking havoc to residents via kidnap, killing, and all sorts of terrorism, with no effort from the security operatives to cut and curb the constant menace. Still on the world news from BGI TV and more to come, a coalition of civil society organizations, CSOs, and non-governmental organizations, NGOs, have accused the military of being responsible for insurgency and criminality in the country. The CSOs and NGOs said internal wrangling within the military was responsible for the country's persistent insurgency and other violent crimes, despite the federal government's huge support to security agencies. They noted that unless urgent steps are taken to resolve internal wranglings in the military architecture and strengthening the Defense Intelligence Agency, the challenge of insecurity may regrettably persist. In a statement jointly signed by Aliyu Bello of Peace and Conflict Resolution Initiative and Ambassador Jude Uchenna of Alliance for Justice and Peace, they warned that the vow made by President Muhammadu Buhari not to hand over an unsecured nation to his successor may not be achieved if the perceived lapses are not checked. Still on the world news, we're bringing more to come with stories coming from Sokoto State, and a report has it that a 30-year-old widow who survived Monday's attack on a commercial vehicle heading to Kaduna en route to southern part of the country has disclosed how she watched her mother, 4 children, and other relatives burned to death. The woman, simply identified as Shafatu, was traveling to Kaduna with her children, mother, and immediate younger brother, a niece and nephew, when they came under attack by bandits along Sabomrini Isa Road. Shafatu, who is presently at a hospital where she is recuperating from burns sustained from the attack, spoke to journalists in spite of her condition. According to her, there were 33 elderly persons and many children in the vehicle when it was attacked by armed men believed to be loyal to Bello Turji, a notorious bandit kingpin terrorizing the eastern part of Sokoto. They kept firing at our vehicle until it somersaulted 3 times and burst into flames. Only me and 1 other passenger miraculously came out of the bus, but the other passengers later died from gunshot injuries, she revealed. I lost my 4 children, 3 girls who were grown up, and my 10-month-old baby. I watched them, including my mother, maternal uncle, nephew, and niece burning to ashes while the attackers were watching with delight. Shafatu, however, could not continue speaking because of the severity of her condition. It is informing in a move signaling reciprocity of action. Nigeria's government on Thursday reduced Emirate flights to the country, both Lagos and Abuja, from daily to once weekly, which would be only on Thursdays. The action followed the decision of the government of the United Arab Emirates, UAE, to cut Nigeria's Air Peace flight operations to Sharjah to once a week. The Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, announced the decision of the government in a letter titled Withdrawal of Ministerial Approval of Emirates Airlines Winter Schedule, dated December 9, 2021, and addressed to the country manager, Emirates Airlines Nigeria. The letter, signed by the Director General of NCAA, Captain Musa Nuhu, read, I wish to inform you of the withdrawal of the approval granted to Emirates Airlines Winter Schedule. This approval was conveyed via a letter with reference number as attached. Another news coming from the World News Update is Nigerians is on a clubhouse. A concerned club member, Akin Fatonibo, in the widely circulated email raised alarm, urging the security agencies to prevent the illegal importing of arms into the country. Fatonibo stated he had uncovered on the social media platform plans by a group of Yoruba and Igbo secessionists through a platform called Masses, plans to purchase arms and ammunition to take the war to the Nigerian government for the breakup of Nigeria if the call for referendum demanded by secessionists remain unanswered. He further accused Masses under the leadership of Bokini Olasheni, aka Balogun Olablaze, of raising funds for the purchase of weapons through one Gogo, who is reportedly a medical practitioner based in the UK, and others. The email reads partly, lately Nigerians have been regaled with the public tussle for supremacy, presently battling Ilana Omo Odua, one of the Yoruba self-determination organization seeking a breakup of Nigeria. Scandalous revelation and counter-allegations were made by members of the inner circle of this organization, bordering on financial impropriety, high-handedness, and accountability. Many watch in awe as the top echelon of this organization watch their dirty and lining in public, with many bewildered Yoruba wondering if these are credible drivers for a Yoruba nation or a nation of Omoluabas. In case you're just joining, it is coming to you live from our studio BGI TV, and the next one is foreign before the sport news. The General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, on Thursday took a swipe at developed nations for predicting that Africans will die of COVID-19 like chickens. He stated these during the church annual Holy Ghost Congress program, which was held at the church headquarters along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. The 79-year-old preacher, in a sermon titled, The Siege is Over, stressed that the church must pray for the siege over Nigeria to be over and not carry placards. He also sent a strong message to the West, saying though Africa might not have the technology and health infrastructure like developed nations, the Black continent has God. The cleric spoke amid the outbreak of the Omicron COVID-19 variant, first detected in South Africa, and which has spread to over 50 countries, including Nigeria. Many countries, including the United Kingdom, the United States, and European nations, have since slammed travel restrictions on African countries, a move that has been widely criticized as discriminatory. And finally, sport news. It is a calling from the Real Madrid captain. Real Madrid captain Marcelo is set to leave the club after 15 years playing career. The veteran left back has established himself as a club legend at Los Blancos, with whom he has made 533 first-team appearances and won 22 trophies. The Brazilian had been a key figure in Madrid's first team for over a decade, but had lost his starting berth in recent years following the arrival of Fayemi from Lyon in 2019. Now aged 33, Marcelo was limited to just 31 La Liga appearances across the past 2 full seasons, while he has been beset by multiple leg muscular injuries in recent campaigns. UK Mirror report that Marcelo is out of contract at Real Madrid this coming summer, and his deal at the club is not likely to be renewed, meaning that he will leave as a free agent at the end of the campaign. The experienced player is not short of potential suitors, but his intention is to return to Brazil and his former club, Fluminense, whom he left to join Madrid in January 2007. That was the world news from BGI TV, but before we go, a quick retake of the headlines once again. Buhari values his cows than 42 Sokoto passengers burned to death by bandits. Outer. Nigeria needs restructure now before it's too late, Governor Chair Fayemi says. Insecurity, you are out of ideas. Northern youth ask Buhari to resign. Banditry, Zamfara Group writes President Muhammadu Buhari. Insecurity, military accused of being responsible for insurgency criminalities. We also brought to you Sokoto attack. I watch as bandit burnt my mother, 4 children to ashes, 30-year-old widow. In reciprocal action, Nigeria reduces flights to once weekly concerning Emirates Airlines. Nigerians in diaspora alert Interpol, EFCC orders over alleged arms smuggling plans by secessionists. And to foreign, Omicron, Adeboye slams developed nations over discrimination against Africa. And finally, sports as brought to you. Veteran Marcelo set to leave Real Madrid after 15 years. For more updates of our broadcast, as always expected, you can link up through the social media, which is on YouTube, Babagide Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates of our broadcast as well. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page for updates of our programs. And on Instagram, Bagede Imo_22. And for more advert placements for your goods and services and products and coverage of events and function as well, the phone number to call is 070-3822-6160. Thank you for watching. Good evening. It's a beautiful Friday evening here in Nigeria. I am yours faithfully, Morive Rebila Lawal.